Here we go. Here we go. Because I kept saying it wanted me to go vertical, and I said, no, not vertical. Let me see if I'm live now. It says I'm live. Let me see. Let me check. I need to sit down. My poor buddy. Fall down. Old man. Alright, let's put this over here. Right, let's see this. Change orientation here. Says I'm live, but I'm bouncing. Says you're live, but you are bouncing. Alright, let's check this and make sure. Knife. Yes. He says he's live. Yes. Says he's live. Oh, I get voice. Yes. Says he's live. Oh, I get voice. Means it's working. It means it's working, I tell you. Live chat on, community moderation for the channel, block words, community defaults. I can't get past top messages yet, and there are two, it says now. I don't see none. Let me chat with myself here. You doom call. You doom call. Don't call me an ass. We get in fight here. It seems to be working. We have a little audio echo delay here. We'll fix here. Let me make it minute. All right, now. We're not doing the giveaway yet. We will be. We'll let people arrive, at least some people. If you're here, you don't have to acknowledge your name or anything. You just throw emoji in just to let me know that I'm not talking myself. Usual. Okay, I'm going to reply to Mr. Oh, shit. Sorry, I try not to make this with bad words in here, but I got to respond to this nasty guy. Where is this nasty guy? There he is. You doomka, what can I do? Ooh, I could report him. I could remove him. I could remove his managing moderator. I could put him in timeout, and I could hide him from the channel. You want me to do that? Huh? You want to see who have power? All right, this guy, he's not intimidated. You don't scare me. Oh, look. See, this is what I usually have to do. I have to do blip, 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 type and all that. But, however, I don't know if it'll let me do this, but on other live streams, there's a little microphone. Hello, Dandy. There's another one. There's somebody here. Close all this. Close all that. Get back here. Move this. What took me so long was I was looking at the normal, manual comments and everything, and there are a lot. Hey, Morte, long time no hear or see. See, now I'm starting to get stuff. All right, Morte, guess what? You are a WKL Knife Life's member because your thing is green, so what can I do? I can message you. What else could I do here? See, when I pop up on him, I'm trying to make all WKL members able to moderate if they want to. This is just, you're going to get a wrench, and if you abuse that, we can take the wrench away from you. But other than that, I mean, that just gives, in case Tom's not here or Chris Capoon or anybody else that I've made, I think it's Tobias. If any of those are not here, then we can have somebody doing that. I can still do it on this account. I can use this to do anything I need to do. But with a moderator, a lot of times I'm not watching the chat as much. I'm able to concentrate on more on what I'm doing. So that's what's going to happen. It don't have to happen this live stream, but basically if I can do it offline, I'll do it. But if I can do it on a live stream, I'll do it. Okay, so what we're going to do today is, I don't know, I hear it gets pretty rowdy in here. Yeah, it does, but they're a good crowd. And they're only throwing um, digital insults at each other and virtual damage. I'm not supposed to have that visually in there just in case. I'm going to what happens when you do a live stream is originally, depending on the length of it, it takes it some time to process, and it's not even available. Uh, and then it shows up as not available for monetization, and that's simply because you have to go through and answer the questions. I thought it was like, wait a minute, they're gonna let this 3 hour live of mine sit up there, and they're gonna run ads on it, but they say it's not qualified. I got an issue with that. What ads are there? Well, why don't you just run those guys? And why I ain't getting a cut of it? I'm starting to get myself all worked up, and I said, wait a minute, think about this. Maybe it's just because you just uploaded. Sure enough, that's what it was. It takes a little time before it's available for you to come in there and answer all the questions. And what I do is I look at the content of the video, or I try to remember it. And if I said any bad words, I'll click on that and it'll say save for some ads. And if I talk about, like recreational drug use or something like that, or even mention that word like that, I'll check that box too. And what that says is limited ads. Well, you know what? That works out good for you, because the more they limit those ads, the less likely you're going to get random crap shown in here. It's almost going to be like making it ad free the more controversial you get. I'm not intentionally doing that. I'm just saying that now that I'm open to talking about anything, and I really mean almost anything, nothing that's going to violate YouTube guidelines, but I mean, as long as they've got a check mark for it, I'll run ads on it. If it gets to the point where it's so controversial that you can't run any ads, I'll unmonetize it. Um, but live streams are going to be what I'm going to use a lot more. And so I'm getting used to that. All right, so let me get my little notebook out here. And I'm going to set this thing up. You'll see it. We'll run it live and in person. But so far, if you don't see your name in here and you thought you entered this, you did something wrong. You either didn't want to, and Jimmy J, I think you have the best version of a response to that. We'll see if you win, but I'm going to give honorable mention to Jimmy J for that. Let me see what this last comment was. DGM, hello, DGM, and hello, MP-H7UH, whatever that was. Hello, hope everyone's well. So do I. I'm in great shape, and I hope everyone is also. So really, normally on a random giveaway that we do where I announce like I normally did this one, somebody in the chat, it was either Pepper Dingo or somebody, reminded me that, hey, I have a giveaway going. No, usually only goes for a week, and then I do the giveaway. This thing went for 2 weeks, and I would have gone further because I was starting to set the live stream up. Hello, Pepper Dingo. Were you the one that reminded me last night that I had this one already going on the big belly blades or something? I completely spaced that, but that was right in the middle of my ordeal, which, I checked that, I don't care about thumbs up, thumb down, but it just informs me, that maybe I offended someone in that. I just want to let everyone know that I want my channel to be inclusive, basically all inclusive. If you like knives, I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't care what your political or religious beliefs are. You're welcome here, and I don't want it to be unwelcome. You're like, I can't go over there, because it's Christmas time and he's not even going to say Christmas. He's going to say Xmas. No, I'd still say Christmas because you can't just take an X and take Christ out of Christmas, For those of you that believe in that, I respect your beliefs. I'm not going to try to slam you. And for people that are misguided politically and believe in MAGA, that's everybody makes mistakes. And whether you accept it or not, that was a mistake for our country, if nothing else. And I won't shame you about it. You know, if you espouse your beliefs up here, I won't block you. But just be prepared. Other people may argue with you, and that's why I don't want to bring up religion, politics, the third rail stuff of any of this in general type of videos. Now, live streams late at night, almost anything could go. Now, all right, so we've got, it says like 9 comments, so, 10 now. So we got, I'm not worried about thumbs ups and down, but a lot of times if you can't make a comment or something, that let me know that somebody's there. But we've already got that established. So, all right. Now, this one is going to be the one I'm going to set up right here on this screen is going to be for, if I can get that other phone. I still haven't found my glasses. Oh, and here's a life hack for you. I should have thought of this before. Walking around without glasses, I can use this because it's optically set so that I can see far away. So everything's blurry up close. And then this is a non-battery, optical way of surviving without glasses. Guess what? Guess what else works? Your phone camera. I was sitting there looking at hello, Tom. I was sitting there. I'm going to try to get you some assistance on the wrench thing. Basically, if you want, make anyone that's a WKL member a wrench moderator. And any of you that originally had that, I believe it's Chris Capoon and Tobias. Any of you guys that originally had that are kind of like the top moderators. And any of the new ones that we grant this, if they get a little wild and crazy, you can time out them and everything. We're not going to ban people for that, but I just want to give everybody, like, if Tom's not able to make it and there's a bunch of chat going on and I'm trying to do stuff, I can't, basically what I'd like the moderators to do is just to say hello to anybody I hadn't caught, to say hello to, and, just help with the channel. Like, I think about the way Big Red runs his, when he does a giveaway, they'll do a number range that you've got to guess, and we put up stop signs and all that. Something like that for when we're going to do a giveaway during the live stream. And I'm thinking about doing that just as a test. It will be valid. What I'm giving away will be given away to someone in this chat, but we want to get the first one done, and then we'll chat a little bit, and then we'll do the giveaway for those of you that were here. Now, anybody that entered that does not have to be here to win. Whoever wins, it'll show it here, and so what I'm going to have to do is lose this guy as moderator and go to the random thing picker. But I still know how to pull up comments up here. Before, I couldn't pull, when these comments fade away on the main screen. And see, now it faded away. I never figured how to get those back before. I was touching all kinds of buttons, and all you got to do is swipe up from where it's at, and it comes back. Like I said, in some things I'm smart, and other things I'm incredibly stupid, and I'll admit it. And it's stupid is, you had the knowledge in front of you, you just didn't use it. Ignorant is you didn't know, the knowledge wasn't presented against you. Ignorance is understandable. Stupidity is just, you're just being pig-headed or you're just being dumb. For me, I just spaced it, just like the giveaway that was already going. I forgot about everything. For the last 2 weeks, I apologize. I have not. Joe Kasperick is here or something. Hey, Joe. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you. I'm trying to set this up for the random comic giveaway, so we're going to shut this guy down. Shut up. Quit talking. All right, and I'm going to, sorry I'm bouncing around here. Let's put something, I could have a kitty walking, but she's asleep on the bed. A little bit better view. There we go. I'm just bending this thing around. I'm starting to understand this now, and with Wi-Fi, it makes it a lot easier. And like I said, if I could find my other phone, this guy could still be the comment guy, and I could just pull up one with the random comments that are. I never thought I could run a phone without a SIM card, but with a Wi-Fi, almost anything is possible if you got Wi-Fi. All right, now we're going to go to Chrome, because I think that's where I used to have it. And once I get up there, I'll show you how I do this. I just want to get to the proper tab. Your inactive items won't pile up. Okay, I got it. I don't care. Let's go to the new tab. See, before, here's my old tabs. When I was doing shortwave radio and listening to that a lot, I was using that as a, finding out what I was actually listening to. And then I go over here to bookmarks, mobile bookmarks. And I won't show you all of these just because, there's nothing secret about it. I'll show you some. See, log into your account, townhouse apartments is where I live, inform delivery. And then you can stack these up, but these are kind of like the knife ones. And then if you're trying to convert Fahrenheit, I'm trying to get to, see, I'm just showing you the knife ones. Buy hunting knives, Western Active, Atlantic knife, Power Cut. If you see any ones that I'm missing on there, see now this is what I need right here. But a lot of times it comes up and it says, oops, you don't have permission to view this page. And so I say, see where it's black and it says switch account? I go, switch account. And then it comes up and it goes, what are you on? Who are you? It takes a while. This is the older phone. But it's on Wi-Fi, see, that helps. Sorry, this will take a moment. One moment, please. All channels, premium. Let me see where I am. Oh, there he is, see? I'm going to go to... Wait a minute, I think? I don't know. I'm switching to my lock picking channel here. Alright, what am I doing? I don't need that. Oh, here I am. Williams Knife Life. 2,742 subscribers. Thank you, everyone, for getting that up there. This is a watch time subscriber. See, that's how much it's estimated as revenue around. I'm not really worried about that, but like I said, it's every other month. I get paid, so I just wanted you to know I'm not making big bank here. But we don't need this. I don't know why. Here we want to go to. Why am I going to this? It's because that URL asked me something, and I don't remember if I have to go to desktop. It's going to take a minute. Y'all talk amongst yourselves here. We'll see what's going on. We got time, like I said. Whoever wins this will have like a week to respond if we don't recognize them or they're not here right away. And if that happens, we'll pick, like online right here, an alternate, because I'll just have it run it again. If I can ever get it to work here, Chrome. I'll pick that other one because I've got another. The first one always messes up whenever I pick it. And so further down, I've got another one that's my account. See, I skipped this one, channel dashboard, and just keep going. Gotta be something else down here. Maybe that was it. agrussell.com. Blade Forum. D2 Steel versus CPM S35 BNC. That's a good one right there. I don't really use Flight Radar. I'm using something else, but that's the one a lot of people use. Funkner 350. These are the old ones from my other Lancelot leather. Oh, those into lockpicking and everything. This is a great company right there. Sparrow's Lockpick. My Social Security. We don't want to see that because it's not enough. House of Blades. Where am I going? Puma Knife Company USA. Where is that? You're open my channel. My account. Here we go. No, not direct image. Puma buoy. Come. One moment, please. Channel dashboard again. We'll try this. Oops. You don't have permission. So sometimes when that happens, I go over here and I try to say, yes. It's already in desktop site. Sometimes I check that and that helps. Make sure it's in desktop site instead of, Let me go switch account. Sorry. Good thing I started this early. All right, we switch to... We switch to me. No, not that. We switch account. No, you... No, go back. Go back. I'm going to have to do it in... not Chrome. Chrome is just crap right now. I'm going to go to... what do we have here? Sorry. One moment, please. I'm having problemos, and I probably need to take a smoke break after this. I'm looking for... Okay, just app it out. Okay, just tap it out, app it out. When in doubt, app it out. No, we don't want... I hate it when it jumps to this free thing. I don't care about that. Cancel. All right. We'll look for... Must be here hiding somewhere. If not, we will do a random number generator, and we will pick that. If y'all agree, that's everybody that entered that. Now, I'm looking for... Nope, that's not it. It's not Google. It's not under the Samsung thing. Internet! There we go. I think this is it. Samsung Internet. Continue. Yes. Enhance your browsing experience. The page requested is... It's not available. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. We'll get this straightened up in the future. But what I'm going to do is, before we run this, I know how to do a random number generator without a lot of stuff, and we'll just go back and look at the comment. I'm going to assign you guys numbers, 1, 2, like that, right? And then I'm going to set a random number generator up to randomize the range, and one of you here will win the giveaway. We'll be finished with that part of that, and then we can chat a little bit, and we'll do a giveaway for today, and it will be, one of them will be that Smoky Mountain brand new hat that Byron sent me, and then another one's going to be a knife. I'll throw in a knife. It may be a knife that I already have. It may be a knife that someone already gave to me, but you know, just so that you have something else. Not necessarily this one. This is an example, but you know, I mean, just a knife. Not necessarily an Ozark Trail. It might be something else. It might be a halfway decent knife, but you know, has been used on this channel or whatever, you know. But that will be it. That, and because it's the end of the month, you're going to have to wait until I get paid for both of these to get shipped out, which will mean probably next Friday, because I usually get paid on... It depends on when Wednesday lands. If Wednesday lands on the first week of the month, then I'll get paid that Friday. But if it lands like on a Friday or Saturday, then I might get paid up to next Friday. But usually it's pretty fast. All right, so let me check the chat and see what everybody says. The Last Ranger, hello! Hi, haven't seen you in a while. If you haven't entered this, Last Ranger, you can still do that. I mean, you can just tell me right now that you want to be in it. You don't even have to go look at the video, which is Big Belly Blades, and find out the magic word, which I won't announce here just in case somebody doesn't know it, but it's going to be, you know, a moot point pretty soon as the random drawing will be done. But I didn't see your name in there, and these are the names, oh, excuse me, these are the names of the people that I manually verified via comments that they said the magic word in it. There are other people in there that didn't mention it. No, you can, don't worry. I mean, look, we don't have enough people, really. Normally I get 25 and something. Really, the odds are, you know, if you win it, no big deal. You can give it to someone else in one of your giveaways, you know. Hey, there it is. Hey, Byron. you really helped out a lot on this, Byron. Really, I'm telling you, because it's making the have more content up here, anyways. Um, so like I said, yes, you can, Joe. I'll put your name in here because what I'm doing right now, because it's look, man. What you know? What took me so long in here to get this done? I was trying to update my through my apps, and it says it's suspended because we don't recognize this account. Recognize the account? It's the same phone I used to use, so I had to go through. I had to verify my account by scanning a QR code from another button. It was a pain in the butt. But let me get a pen. I'm blind as a bat right now. I always have a pen on me. Pen. We'll write down Joe K. All right, Joe K. Joe Kasperic. We'll just put Joe K on there because it doesn't matter what we're writing down here. As long as you get a number, Joe K is in. All right. Anybody else in here that would like to be in here on this giveaway? The only requirement I have on it is the lower 48 states, just for mailing purposes. Yeah, and the regular things. All of y'all are probably above 18. I would guess, and you know, and if it's overseas, like I said, if you're overseas and you're in the Philippines or something like that, and you've got somebody that'll ship it to you, fine. Next month, for the people that are only overseas, let's see if I got any more comments. The people that are only overseas, I'm going to do a money giveaway. I'm going to PayPal them some money and say, hey, you can spend it on knives if you want, but really, it's your money. If you want to buy yourself a dinner, or a pair of shoes, whatever, I don't care. But I would send the people overseas a nice, little goodie package with random stuff, which they could sell also if they wanted, but it's just kind of like you have a memento, of what you did. All right, so I'm going to write these numbers down. If anybody else wants to get in there, just put down underneath where Joe put his. Can I get in there? Can I enter? That's all you got to say, and I'll include it. But once we kick the random number generate, that one's over. But there will be more. All right, so David, you're going to be number 1. Gary will be 2. Addicted to Blades, 3. Jose, 4. Oh man, Jose, guess what? I'm trying to say hello to, people in their language and everything, and I almost said hello to Habibi lives here, the guy that runs the store across there. I was almost going to say, hola, señor, ¿cómo estás? And that would not be right, because he's probably Pakistani or Afghani or whatever. I'm going to find out the right way to say hello to him in his own language, but man, how to get in trouble by saying hello to someone in the wrong language. I am not. Oh, you make me fume. My skin boils. Okay, Tom, you are number 5. BDH, you are number 6. I'll show you these when I get finished. I'm just trying to write where I can see. I have to get it almost to my nose. Dave Kelly, number 7. Lady Michelle, number 8. Pepper Dingle, you are number 9. H. Leaky, 10. Jimmy J, 11. And Joe K, 12. This is almost exactly half the number of people that normally enter. That's why I don't mind basically saying, the giveaway word was kudu. And if you put it in there, then I knew. Jimmy J had the best response, the way to put it in there. Because I said, yeah, you can just drop it in. Just drop the word. But the whole purpose of this is to eliminate bots. And AI searchers and everything that are just looking for the word, somebody puts in a thing, giveaway and all that. All right, let's pull up. We're going to pull up a random number generator. Random number generator. 1 to 1,000. No, we don't want negatives in here, you idiot. All right, minimum is not 1,000, negative 100. Sorry. Random number generator. Google random number generator. Here we go. Max, what do we have? 12. So we put over here. This is not the winning number. I have not generated yet. I just want to make sure. Last chance. Let's call. Okay, Byron is waving. Tom is waving to Byron. All right, does anybody... Oh, man, there's a whole bunch of them in here. Next time it's okay for, Okay, yeah, so Klaus is going to go in the next time. Good. I understand that. So, am I correct in this assessment here that there are 12 people? All right, here goes. Here goes. All you got to do is push this button that says generate. Are you ready? Set. Go. Oh, okay, I'm looking through the camera. I thought my finger touched. Number 4. The winner is Jose Gonzalez. Oh, man. Steven, sorry. 5:24 p.m. Sorry, I just hit it. If... I tell you what. Jose, if you are willing to give up that and let this guy do a chance, I'll do it from 1 to 13. You may win it again, and he may win it again. You don't have to. You don't have to at all. You are the winner. Stevens, Parks, yeah, he says it's okay, but I mean, really, if he wants to do that, it's all right with me. It's up to you guys. I don't want to put any pressure, on, who is he? Is he here? Jose, is he here in the chat? If he's not, you know what? We're still... What I'll do is I'll make it this is the second... This will work. This will work. Because if the first person doesn't claim the thing within a week, we'll need an alternate. So I'm not going to run a bunch of them, but you know what? This is going to be the alternate. So number 13. What was your name again? Steven. We'll just put you down here as Steven. And you'll get to see it again. But, one of these probably won't be valid like this one. But this is how we're going to work it. Right? So, Steven, you're number 13. I'm sorry about bumping this thing. We're experiencing turbulence. This will be for the alternate, or in case Jose doesn't want that, or thinks he wants to be generous and say, I've won before. He doesn't have to do that, really, because you can win as many times as you want. You can win 5 times in a row if you want, but we're going to go 13 up here. See, we can work this all out. Okay. Oops, sorry, I bump again. All right, here we go. Everybody, this is your chance to be the alternate. Just remember, it will probably claim, because I know Pepper Dingo, and he likes these, but he's also generous. So my finger is getting closer. Touch, pow, generate. If we see something other than 4, generate it. Generate. No, don't move that. Come on. My hands are so damaged, man. I've had to regenerate my fingerprint recognition. Number 1. Number 1. Numero uno. We already know who numero uno is. It's D. Letterman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write over here. I'm going to write Alt. And then Jose is winner. So let's go look at Jose's comment. I'll get this thing back. Firing. And then also during this live stream, Steven, we're going to chat here a little bit. And in the end, I'm going to give away another thing. A hat and a knife. And that's just to test if this thing works, to do a live stream chat and all that. So let's get out of that. We will go back to YouTube. And we look at this. Oh, that's a little girl behind me. So what's scratching behind me? And it is live again. Yes, we have live. We have live. Okay. Now, where am I? I'm right here. What are you doing? All right, we have David Letterman. You are the alternate of this winning thing. Jose Gonzalez is a winner. Later on, I'll dig through all the stuff and just show you, what they won, what I've added to it since then. And now we are free to chat amongst ourselves. How was everyone's Thanksgiving? Mine was fantastic. I had I got to meet, talk to my family where I've had a grudge for 13 years and hadn't visited my nephews and nieces. So yeah, I'm pretty dumb sometimes, but it was fun, and I had more food. Really, I didn't eat for a long time, so your stomach shrinks. I started eating all these leftovers and stuff people were giving me, and man, some all of it was good. Ham. What I got today was the only thing that was surprised me. I got from a Hispanic or Mexican family that lives next door, and you know, it was just ham. It was all good stuff. There was rice and broccoli and cheese was one thing, and then mashed potatoes and a big slab, like a big butt slab of a ham, and then there was some macaroni and cheese over there. So I'm trying everything, and I take a little chunk of macaroni and cheese after warm. I put it in my mouth, and there's a jalapeno in there. No, I know my Hispanic friends and everything like everything spicy, but I've never experienced a jalapeno in mac and cheese. I'm expecting like sweet, cheesy type of flavor, and it's good. It's just a surprise when you're expecting something different. Let me get caught up with the chat here. Okay, my wife says I can only win twice a week tops. Okay, I mean, whatever between y'all. Congratulations, congratulations, congrat. Yeah. All right, there's Swamp Stomper. Hey, you just missed it. We did the drawing and everything, and Pepper Dingo. Who won again? My mind is ablaze. Jose. Pepper Dingo. I thought it was you, but no, it's Jose. So David Letterman is alternate. Jose Gonzalez the winner. Later on in this chat, and it don't have to be, I don't want to hold you here real long. Um, we'll do the live stream giveaway, and that's where I'll need your help as moderators. If you've looked at Big Red EDC, what they do is they pick a number range, and the one that's closest without going over wins it. And with a tie, you just do it again, and it's kind of fun. It rewards the people that they entered the thing, but they didn't win, and they're just sitting here, and I don't know. It's not that a lot of people are in for stuff, but it just makes it interesting. And the thing is, it gives me a chance to give back to you guys. Now, these are some interesting matches here that you can buy at HEB, and they are called, I call them like Mexican matches, but it shows you scenery, Fabrique de Cerrillos. This is for like something in Spanish here. No sé de la academia. Yeah, okay. But what's weird about them is, it's a cool little thing, but have you ever seen matches like that? We usually we have flat ones, and they're on like paper or something like this. This is on a stick. And you got to be careful how you use these. You can't just go like this. They're going to break. You have to strike them. I will demonstrate here for you how you should strike these. I'm doing it through the camera. Oh, let me put it on here. We can do it like this. Oh, earthquake. I'm trying to do it without breaking the stick. See if I go like this. It might work. But I found that you should really support the head without burning your fingers off. Come on. There we go. It flames up good, see? And it's a nice little stick. It gives you a nice little flame. And you can cram a lot of them in here. I don't know if it tells you the quantity. Get the flame away from that box. Nah, don't worry. I've burnt worse than that here. I've had lithium battery fires go on inside here. You're going to burn your fingers. Yes, I know. I'm going to drop it. You watch. My fingers are so damaged that a lot of times I don't feel pain. But that's why I didn't recognize my fingerprints. My fingerprints have changed. I've changed so much in the last time. My fingerprints have changed, and it doesn't recognize it. On my phones, it's like, try another way. I'm like, God, I'm glad we got another way. All right. So, what are we talking about here? I want to get caught up here. All right, we are doing good. Now, another live stream and everything will break out. I did it last time. It's just kind of clumsy, but I want to show you guys what you missed on some of the other live streams, and I'll do it more often. I just gotta get up without killing myself. The book that I thought was classified for 50 years, I really enjoy showing it because it reminds me of how dumb I was. Now, I don't remember what the binder was that we originally had, for the flight line. Let me put this in a higher altitude here. High altitude. Straighten yourself up. Don't end the stream, you idiot. Okay. Yeah, Big Red is great. I learned a lot about how to run a channel. The way he was doing it, I really appreciated. Oh, also, these are some of the stories I typed up. Now, these may be offensive. Just remember, I was like 20 years old and in Korea, and it was 1978 or 79. Mission report from Sergeant Fury and Detachment Able. You can read this, at your own leisure, but I would sit there when bored and start making up stories about this guy who was, like Sergeant Rock or whatever he was. Here's another one. For official use only. Combat conditions predicted for Operation Able Kill. The weather will be same as most typical days in the jungles. The temperature will be in the high 90s with a fair chance of rain in the afternoon. The humidity will be in the high 90s. There's a high pressure front coming off the coast of China, and this will cause high clouds to form in the afternoon. I typed this all up. This is not really for official use. The nighttime conditions will be the same as the day, except for a decreasing, I didn't know how to spell. This is all typed. There's no word checking. About 5 degrees with the coming nightfall. Overall conditions have been deemed favorable, and the mission is a go. Good luck and good hunting. End of transmission. Military Weather Service. On the night of 15 December 1978, while on a resupply mission to one of our forward observation posts, my company was ambushed. The following is a report of the ensuing battle. It was a typical mission. One of our FOPs needed essential supplies, ammo, food, water, and similar items. My company was sent on this mission because the enemy would easily locate the FOP with an airdrop or convoy. This FOP was not designed as a fortified base. Its mission is to observe and monitor enemy activity, and it has to remain secret in order to remain effective. This puts it very close to enemy lines, and a big base, I'm losing sight over here, would easily, I lost it after big base, would easily be spotted. This is why that's not the way you spell detachment, I don't think. Oh yeah, the H didn't come through because of the typewriter. This was done on an electric typewriter, man, or manual. But I did this with no spell correct. Anyways, you can look at that because it's going kind of crazy here. Then, I just made from Sergeant Fury's personal log, subject operational special supplement. Look at that, red typing. That was special. And then he goes through another successful mission. What was it done here? You see, this is what some people may get offended by, this word here. And just remember, it was the time, and that's what people called people in the Korean War. That's what this was kind of like taking place, even though it was 78. That was one mission I really liked carrying out. I just practiced my karate kills on the... But it soon became just like wringing the necks of chickens. Oh, man, I put it in here all over the place. Even started to look like chickens. Their eyes look like the same, and the face looks like the same. Too, they even sounded like chickens. Another successful mission. See, it's kind of like racist and everything. But remember, this was for the consumption of just my guys. It wasn't published anywhere except for now, and it's just comes out of my head, man. I mean, it's from watching reading a lot of those combat cartoons. You know, it was a Sergeant Rock or whatever. You know, and then he's commander of Detachment Able's 17th Combat Strike Force. As this message is being typed, I was informed that the security leak has been found and eliminated. I'm still going to take 1 week off to train my troops replacement and give those who deserve it time off. So yeah, it's just crazy crap, you know, that I write. This guy I work with, I used his actual name, Senior Airman Duran. That's his actual last name. I see I'm jacking with him. Oh shit! I just dropped everything. Luckily, it didn't hit the ground to make a lot of noise. But this guy's a fellow worker. I mean, I'm just jacking with him. Just finished a long operation. How has your training been going? I bet you're still trying to be a man. Keep trying. Even a worthless punk like you can turn into something given the right command like mine. Which brings me to why I'm writing this letter. As of now, you're transferred to my unit. I expect you to try to behave at least like a mature 12-year-old. Your old commander told me that you cried a lot when the guns started going off. Why, kid? We all get scared when 0 hour comes, but the mark of a man is the ability to withstand anything, and I will teach you how to do a man's job, even if you're a boy. Why, by the time you leave my unit, you will be a man. Speaking of men, oh man, sorry, I did not realize I'm using this racial slur here. I love Oriental people. It's just I was 20, and that's what, if this word right here, I think is equivalent to the N word for people of black color, and I don't mean this, but I hope you will realize that I can't make you unsee what you've seen. So anyways, see, I go through there a lot. I wouldn't have shown this if I'd known that. I would have, like edited out. Sorry, I have a little bit more intelligence and realize how offensive some things are. It's just like I was telling somebody, look at the trees. He put one up there, one of his memes, and he says, if you can put a Confederate flag up there, then I should be able to burn your house just like you burn crosses. And I thought, oh, let me tell you, yeah, Sergeant Fury. I'm Sergeant Fury, Sergeant Rock. I got orders here to prove I was in England. I was going to show you. I have to cover up my social security number, and when they issued orders for us to go somewhere, first it would come out on a computer teletype print. No, that's the TO. Anyway, we'll get back to that later. But it first comes out as a computer, teletype on a printed thing with carbon paper. And so you have a copy. And it shows you, it gives you, say, like, you have been reassigned to something. And it's just all typewritten and everything, like on a computer. Later on, you get what's known as orders. They cut these orders, piece of paper. And it'll be you and everybody else that's going on there. So it'll tell you what's going on. And then you flip over the page, and it tells everyone's name, rank, serial number, which is social security number. I know everybody's social security. That's why I have to block that out. It's not only mine, it's everyone's. And a lot of times it's home addresses, and current rank. Some of these people could still be in the military or something, and, I'd be giving away a lot. So there's a lot you can learn from military orders. All right, so let's see what I've missed out on comments. It's a bit blabbering here. All right, so what we're going to do here, Tom, like I said, anybody you see up here splitting slices, I'm going to tell you this also. Anybody that's a WKL member, you can give them a wrench. If they abuse it, we'll do something about it. But I just want to make that one of the things with the membership, so that if only Tom was here, he could help manage it if we get to be a larger community, And why does it keep saying top messages? Why can't I get all messages? Over here, community moderation. That didn't do anything. It'll still come up and say top message. So I touch this. Sorry, I'm trying to figure something out. No, I can't. Other things I can hit over here, something like these little bars and everything, and it'll switch from top messages to all messages. But as long as we're seeing them, it doesn't matter. I don't care. All right, so what we're going to do is, first I got to show you what is going to be in the giveaway for you guys. This is the hat that he gave me. I really like this hat and everything, and I can use hats, but I've got plenty of hats, and, you know, I want to do something for those of you that made it to the live stream here, but didn't win. And so this way you got a chance. Somebody in here is going to win this, and now I'm gonna figure out a knife, and I need to take a break for that. Just a small one. You can talk amongst yourselves, but I'm gonna find a knife to add to this, and it'll either be something that I've used here, or I don't know. I don't know what it may be. A Rough Rider that I got something that's a duplicate of, but I want to include a knife with it, and then after that we can just chat. We can chill. And those of you that need to go somewhere and do something, we've been almost an hour. I can go. It's not even 6 o'clock here, so I can go a lot longer. But I understand people need to work and stuff like that. So talk amongst yourselves while I blindly. I still haven't found. Oh, this is what I do. Like I said, if I want to look around, this is my life hack that I figured out. I was trying to look at my weight on the bathroom scale down there, and I can't see it. It's blurry. So I did this. I did this, and you know what? This works not only on the bathroom scale. If you can't see well, all you do is you bring the screen up to where you can see, and these are your eyes. It's better than the mono thing because you can turn a light on. If you set it on photo or video, you can magnify it, get further away. Oh, we're not supposed to show that. I don't know how that got there. Well, that's just for herbal remedies. Well, there he is. Look at the trees. There you go. Oh, you know what? You're still in good because we're going to do a giveaway right here. Look at the trees. We're going to have this hat that we're going to give away, and I'm right now trying to find a knife to give away, but I've lost my glasses. Not lost them, misplaced them once again. And I was just showing a life hack where if you're out somewhere, let's say you're camping, and you can't see, you're blind as a bat, and your glasses get eaten by a bear, but you don't, and you got your cell phone. Guess what? You can navigate by this. You can see with this. Even I can see. Turn off the light now. We don't need light. And then you put this up to your eyes, and now I can see everything in front of me clearly, instead of blurry. And I can see what a mess I made dropping that on the floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to hunt down a knife to add to this. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I get done in 15 minutes. So, okay, yeah, so don't worry. If you're at work or whatever, you're still eligible for this. If you want me to wait 15 minutes before we start, that's fine. But all I'm going to do is have a number range that you're going to pick or something like that. And we'll run a little thing. But I won't start that right away. We don't have to do it right now. We can just set it up. But I do want to include him in here because I like look at the trees. I like his little memes he pops up and everything. So let me go find a knife to include to that. And this is the hat that will be given away thanks to Byron. We want to acknowledge this. And this is what... Let me set this camera down here. I put this here so I wouldn't lose everything. This is what it originally started out with. It was just going to be that copper thing, but I've included, figure. It's not secret where I live. It's not secret about anything about me. Just include one of these stupid little magazines they throw in. Sometimes they have a good article, but most times it looks like local advertisement, but sometimes they'll talk about things, like stuff like that, they throw one out at least once a month. And is it once a month, weekly, monthly. In the Snow magazine, October. It's probably a monthly. That's October. If I find November, there's plenty of them in the mailroom. You know, if you don't get one in your mailbox, there's just stacks of them up there for a little while. So we got that. I don't want to get too distracted. I'm gonna go find my knife while you guys fight amongst yourselves. Let's look at something interesting while you're doing that. Let's drop a bunch of this. I'll have to put them together later. But we will look at, I don't know. Let's look at a block diagram. Ooh, this is better right here. I was talking about this in the last one. This is on B52D models. What is this? Yes, the ALR20 indicator. So, see, you have different traces that would go across the screen. This little volume control, when you turn it all the way to a certain way, it turns the trace into a dot. And you can dial it over there and listen to what you're looking at, and see if it's radio or whatever. It describes everything about it. Scale, illumination control, focus. That's why I thought, man, this thing is just giving too much. Not only is it showing you this, it's telling what everything does. But it's not classified. If it was, it would be. Changed 15 March 1971. It's out of date. But at the time, this is how we figured out if what we put in there was working or not. We use this, and it's like a spectrum analyzer. Focus adjust, intensity, trace adjustment, video test button. And then it shows you low frequency, high frequency, alt 16. These are the jammers. Look through switch. So you're looking through the jamming. You can basically block it, so you can look through that instead of it jamming your all jammers. Look through switch. And then it tells you, you know. The indicator is located in addition to displaying received signal information. The panel contains 8 primary controls: scale, illumination, RF test, volume, power, expansion. The scale illumination controls are used for obtaining desired graticule illumination. The RF test switch activates test oscillators located in each tuner. The signals injected into the tuners, and it keeps going on with this. Jammer control. All systems go. There's a backside to it. See, it tells you everything. You imagine on a flight line trying to read all this to troubleshoot? No, you don't do that. See, and it describes there were 2 modes of operation of using the tuners. The primary mode is the automatic mode. In this mode, all tuners are tuned in a linear rising sawtooth. The same sawtooth is applied to the 4 main guns of the indicator. The system responds to both continuous wave and modulated signals. Special circuits are used to intensify the received signals for ease of identification. The secondary mode of operation is the manual mode. This mode allows the operator to singly tune a selected tuner through the use of a tuning control. In order to facilitate frequency identification, an intensity flag, intensity spot, is placed on the selected trace. It's just a dot at the position corresponding to the trace tuner frequency. Special provision for auto examination of received signals are also provided while operating in the manual mode. The audio output feeds into the intercom system, enabling the operator to further evaluate the received signal and aid in the determination of approximate pulse repetition rate. So yeah, you can stare at that while I'm still trying to find a knife, and I have not moved 1 foot from here. All right, so we will leave that there for your perusal. I'll take my improvised eyeglasses. We go hunting. A hunting we will go for a night, you know. High on this area. A hunting we will go. You get over here and stop leaking classified information everywhere. You communist pig sympathizer. I'm not communist. I'm an American. I was born in England. Oh, so you're British? No, I'm an American. I don't understand. You're British, but you're American. I'm a British American. Okay? I'm American British. 50-50. Flip a coin. You tell me what I be. I don't know. Do you know? What are you doing, you idiot? I'm looking for something. What are you looking for? A knife. Alright, I found a knife. Does that count? Does it count if I found a knife? Huh? Does it count? You tell me, does this count as a knife? This is a good knife, actually. It's one of those primitive ones that turns out to be a pretty good chopper. I've patinaed it a little bit with carbon. Great knife. This is discoloration from me putting it in vinegar or something, I think. Maybe it was made that way. Yeah, it was made that way. But I think that's what I did. I used vinegar. This is just so I can hang it from, you know, that doesn't come with it. It can come with it if you want. Alright, you guys let me know. You think that's good enough as a knife giveaway for tonight? Or should I look for something else? Would you like a traditional knife? We will pick out a Rough Rider and we'll give you a choice between the two. Alright, now what do I got to pull out? I will pull out a drawer where I have multiple knives, like a canoe, or stockman, or a trapper. You tell me what you want as the alternate. If you don't want a fixed blade, you don't think this is good enough, you don't like it or whatever, for whatever reason, you want a traditional knife, it shall be probably a Rough Rider or marbles. And I will use this to dig through the drawer and find out. Oh, multiples on. That is not multiples, that's just kind of like a conglomeration there. I had a lot of, I know what I have a lot of that I don't really use much if they're here, is copperheads. Copperheads are cool. For some reason I got on this kick of collecting them like crazy. So I got a lot of canoes, and I'm kind of going to stick with that, you know, and eventually expand it maybe, but most everything else, like, I know I've got more copper. Now see this? I want to keep that. Maybe expand that in the future. You see how hard it is to get rid of this stuff? These are Camp King knives. I love those. So, you know, we can... Oh, here we got extras. What are these? These are Stockmans, aren't they? Let's check them. I got a whole full drawer here. We will let you pick one of these. Whoa, it's slip and slide. Yes, this is sow belly Stockmans. I got a lot of those. Those are pretty good. Cool. We'll use that as a possibility, but I'm really looking for Kerper heads. And you can see, even though these are in trays, if you keep your area junkified, you're going to have a hard time getting... Get away, cat. Here's a big... I don't want to give this guy away because it's hard to find. But this is that big old flattened beaver. Trapper. I have trappers too. Get away. I don't want to give away Barlows. That's another thing I'm trying to build up, is a collection of Barlows. It will not be Barlows. We're looking for Kerper heads. This could take us a few minutes here, but once we do, we will have success and you will be overjoyed, or underjoyed, or not joyed in the least. Joy is involved somehow. Oh, these are the razor knife ones. See, this is what I did with Thomas. This is how I started it. He was interested in like razor knives, and I just took only the ones that I, you know, there was only like one that I wanted to have that I didn't want to give away. The rest, I just said, pick one. And he did, and he went, oh, wow. And then he brought me a knife later on. I didn't ask him to do that. These are special. This is a special one here. See what we got in here. What I can't identify where we are at. These are what? Trappers? I think these are trappers. Let's look at this. Let me put it in a holder here. You must examine this. You move out of the way before you fall down and scatter everywhere. Go over here. Gravity. You want to go downtown? Here, I'll get you closer to the floor. All right. And then this may be the one. Yes. And then we got a nice, if this is a spay blade, we know what we got here. Yes, we have trappers. We have trappers. Let's select from the drawer of trappers. We will give you the only one I want to keep because it applies to other things. This is cool. I just want to keep one example of it. I don't know if that's going to be it. Let's go, Brandon. That one is also available, you know, on the giveaway. Anything in the store, I'm just going to pull out the one that I want to keep. Zombie Nick. I want to keep Zombie Nick. We will give the winner the choice of... Oh, I like the acorn. I'll keep him. Appaloosa is good. I want to keep this guy too because he's a special one. He's special. He goes with that gunboat one mainly. All right. Let's see what more. One more. Ooh, this is a nice one, but I will also include it. He's nice. So these are trappers. I don't do a whole lot of trappers with that blue one. I need my eyeballs. If anybody sees it, oh, it's in there. Idiot. All right. So you have your choice. For those of you that are still alive and with us. Let me see the comments down here. Man, I got a lot. Wow, you do have a lot. Man, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet, man. Let me show you. These are just traditional knives. These are some more regular knives. These over here are my flippers, and the catnip. More knives over here. I had to move an AK. There was an AK over here, and the cat decided to spray it. But usually here are I usually put a BK2 and stuff. Put a lot of Moras. And then, you know, I have my Christmas stockings already hung. Yes, that's my Christmas stockings. And then down here we got tomahawks and hatchets. And up against the door we have a samurai sword. We have samurai swords. And we have a door greeting knife over here. Hello, who are you? Are you friend or foe? If you are a foe, I got something for you. If you are friend, then I am friendly. If you are bad, then I am the bad man. You pick wrong door. Wrong door, sir. All right, so I think we've established that we have a knife available now. And I've been crazy for long enough, so I will get a consensus here. And I'm going to... And there's more knives, believe me. Oh, yeah, I forgot to show you. The box of buoys. I mean, there's a bunch of buoy knives down here, too. I mean, yes. When I get into something and when I collect something, I go all out. And that's another thing that I had an issue with is priorities. You know, all these knives that I had, and I've been needing glasses for 25 years. And my justification for not getting it was, it cost too much. I don't have enough money to get glasses, but boy, do I have enough money to get all kinds of knives. Oh, there's more. There's more over here. I mean, I'm not going to give it away, but this is probably the biggest trapper you've ever seen. This is for spaying big animals here, like elephant or something huge, Sasquatch. And then we have right here, big blade. All right, big blade. Speak softly and carry a big knife. Oh, stick. This is a remake. The original one that they came out with. This is kind of funny. They were numbered, and you would think that that number means that, you know, it's 607 and there's only a 606 and a 608. Well, you know, they could have made like 1,000 607s. But this was their Rough Rider anniversary one. I think it shows over here. These things they're functional, but they are heavy. I mean, it's like an 8-inch blade. Rough Rider 25th anniversary. Somebody gifted me this one. They're nice. I mean, they're nicely made. They're not just like a hollow little display one. This is like pack of wood or something, you know, it's been filed down. Now this color right here, you know, I think looks better, you know, color wise, and the edge kind of stands out more. But I was talking about if you had to pare down your collection and get rid of one, this was a gift. this I bought. Guess which one I'm going to keep? Even though this looks good and looks better, this one. Because this one has more value. Because someone gave it to me. Not because it's worth more or it looks better or anything. Someone gave it to me. And that means more to me than that I bought it, you know. And I try to remember who gave me things, but so many people give me things. I in the back of my mind, I know who gave me that one. It was a former lock sport type of person, but I don't know exactly, and I feel bad about that sometimes. But all right, here we go. Are we still all here? Are we still all here? I just need to take a short little coffee break, and then we'll do the drawing, which will be for the hat, and or, depending on you, whether you want a fixed blade or a selection of a trapper in this drawer here. You can't have this one because he doesn't fit in the drawer, and he's a kind of a special one. I just like the beaver, the flattened beaver, and it came in a little tin and everything. But you see the blade is a lot thinner. Exploring Freedom. But I like that Tang stamp. I think this is one of their best Tang stamps ever. The little horseshoe. And then the guy, crazy guy, riding around with his horse on it. I don't think the spade blade has anything on it. No. But it's stamped also. And is there a number we can read? Why are we looking at this when we don't care? You know, just shooting off. All right, let me do what I was going to do, which is find my coffee. Where did it go? 605. What's your call down? There should be some coffee in here somewhere. Coffee. Your coffee. Coffee. We'll have to warm that up again. It's alright. I can drink cold coffee. I can drink warm coffee. I've had GI coffee, alright? I can drink anything. You probably have. We don't need the whole coffee. We need microwave. Jam, baby, jam. So I'm warming up my coffee, but you'll see me more often, especially late night live streams, but anyone's during the day, I'll try to schedule it in advance so people will know, you know, and if I find a regular time slot that people like to gather in, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm trying not to step on people's already pre-existing live streams, but if they're friends of yours, you can just redirect them, you know, when your live stream ends, you can just send them over to the other one, and, you know, just because you're on my live stream doesn't mean that you have to be loyal to me only and not watch anybody else. Hey, David Letterman, guess what? I think you won. I gotta look. Yes, you did. You're an alternate. You're an alternate winner, all right? Because Jose Gonzalez won the giveaway for the main thing, and in case he doesn't want it or whatever, or he, you know, something happens, you're the alternate for that. Now we're also doing a giveaway where I'm giving away a hat that Byron had, and then the lucky winner of this thing that we're about to do live stream will be able to get one of these trappers. You'll be able to get your pick of one of these trappers. Oh, did I leave that guy in there? I did. I like this one, but I'll leave him in there anyway. I'll probably be able to get another one. And then we got this special one. Go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. It's a trapper also. That's a kind of a exclusive one that you don't see very often. All right, so I'm going to go get my coffee since it's yelling at me. And there was also a fixed blade. I don't know where he go. You can either have the fixed blade, not that one. Sheesh, idiot. That's my favorite fixed blade. We're not ready to play that game yet. You can have this guy here, or the trapper. All right. I was going to suggest advanced notification for future lives. Yes, yes, I will. I will do that. I'm just discovering this stuff. I was just granted Wi-Fi access by my neighbors, and it's amazing what you can do with Wi-Fi. It's amazing how much it's going to help out the channel. We can do things like this. I can live stream at any time. Uh, I'll start following proper procedure, giving it, and that's only natural. Can't expect people to just bated breath, just wait for you to do something. If you can give them a notification, then they can make plans. They might not be able to make it right now, but they can make it later. Look at this. Oh, this is a locking one. You know what? I'll put, see, I've got the locking one. I'm going to put that strange one in there. And I'm going to keep this regular one just because I always like this, the dyeing that they did, this acorn. If you look closely, there's an RR in there. I think this is one of their best series, the Outdoorsman. I just like the looks of that coloring there. And other than that, like I said before, all of these are basically the same knife with different covers on them. Zombie Nick, that has something special. It says Zombie Nick on it. And of course, this would cause you to go to jail in the UK because it's a zombie knife. Friends, don't let friends eat friends. Depends on what you mean by eating. If you mean like consume, then yeah, but if you're thinking about something else, then maybe not. Anyways, I'm keeping those guys. And I'm keeping this one just because it goes along with the canoe I had, and it's kind of flashy. And it's a Merry Christmas one. The panels on these, some of them will come loose. It's only pinned on one end and everything. But it's more just like a showy thing. When somebody says, show us your Christmas knives, and you break out, whatever you had. And there's some that are cool that have the lenticular design on it, so if you rotate it, you'll see like the reindeer. I never got one of those, but, eventually I would if I was collecting. But like I said, right now, I'm trying to pare down collection. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to think of a number, and then you guys are going to try to guess it. And I'll give you the range of possibilities of the numbers, and I'll write it down. Can I send it to you, Tom? If Tom's going to be in charge, or whoever's one of the admins up there, just to back it up. I still can't believe you got the cat's mouse twice. Yeah, I didn't expect to hit it that first time, man. When I went to throw it, I thought I don't want to hit this because this is a cat's toy, and I was using the nose spin and close by, so man, you can put a lot of force in that thing, and it stuck, and I went, oh crap. And then I threw it again and it stuck again. Well, you know what, that mouse is durable. That mouse is the one that they were playing with. So, anyways, all of y'all in here are eligible for this. I assume, you're in America, and I assume a lot of things. But we're going to do this giveaway. I'm going to clear this area up. I just want to get my coffee out of the microwave to stop beeping. After a while, it gives up. It says, all right, I tried to tell him it was ready. No, he's on his own. Remember, kids, electricity will stab you in the gut with a stab-you-in-the-gut knife. All right, let me go get my coffee. Sit down and calm down. Calm down and shut the fuck up. Hey, don't use that kind of language around here. Some people may be offended. Good. Let them get offended. It's about time they got offended. We don't have enough offended people around here, really. All right. Throw some azucar in here. Azucar. Yes, never greet a Pakistani business owner with "Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás?" when he says, "Oh, just another Spanish person." If you think you're speaking his language, then he's going to be insulted. I'm not Spanish. Well, that sounds like Russian. I don't know. He'd have to be. No, that's Hindu. I am not Spanish, sir. I am Hindu. I'm Pakistani. I make knives out of cars and shit. I'm Pakistani. I work for a living. Don't call me that. See, they can get all offended. No, all you're trying to do is say hi. I'm just trying to say hi. Jeez. Don't go all Ollie Akbar on me. Ollie Akbar. Okay. You've already offended people by what you said about them as Sergeant Fury, calling them a racial slur, which you think is beneath the dignity of this establishment. And therefore you will be fined 30 shekels. Ow, I dropped my lid. I dropped my... You must wash that off. This floor is not that sterile. There is no such thing as a 10-second rule here. Touch the floor, you clean it off, or you may die if you try to drink that. No, you put the back up here. Shut up. I think you need more sugar in there. For those of you that are not familiar with me, I am not on any chemical substance other than a little herbs, but I am not on the other substances, and it sure does sound like it. But I'm coming down from stuff. I'm normalizing. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of a number. I'm going to try not to make it too obvious, so don't go for the obvious. If there's a number range in there, you know, like 357, because I like guns, don't pick that one. It's too obvious. Those are examples, all right? I'm just going to pick a random number. I may even let this machine over here pick a random number, and then I'll give a range for you, and then you guys have at it. We'll go until you only get one guess at it. Duplicates, you know, we'll just take your first guess, but, you know, don't try to let everybody make your best guess. You can wait. I know a lot of people sit there and they shoot off the number, and then other people go, man, I wish I would have picked that. You can pick the same number if you like it, or you can wait and say, I want an exclusive number. Looks like nobody's picked this number, and you wait until the last second and you throw out a number. It's all random, you know, it's all total random. Who knows? Someone will win. I know that. You will be a winner. And most of you will lose. I'm sorry, you're all losers, but, you know, that's the way it goes. We can't all be winners. I lose a lot of times. I lost my mind a long time ago. I still haven't found it. All right. So, here we go. All right, I got to come up with a number. Let me sit down and get comfy here. I got to get comfy. We'll do this, and that'll probably be the end of the live stream, unless you guys want to talk about something. I'll probably be up again later on. But we'll do this. We'll figure out whether they want the fixed blade or they want the trappers. We'll let them make their choice. I'll tell them how to get their mailing address to me if I don't already know it. And yeah, we'll do that. But let me take a sip of my coffee. It's coffee with, I put hot cocoa in it too. I guess you would call that a mocha. A mocha. All right, move, and please do not drop and slam on my toe. I'm recovering from most damage. The little infection thing is starting to go away. It's still like a little bump. This guy's healed over. This guy looks ugly, but it's healed. It's not a gaping wound. And this guy had a little bit of red showing on. That's where I pinched it with the kickstand. Left hand received the most damage on his dirty knuckles. I've been doing stuff. The right hand received, this one almost got infected right here. I hit my knuckle on something. But this was usually carrying something in that hand. And this hand was the one that I stabilized. And man, did I receive some damage. You're going to receive some damage if you don't shut up. All right, I'm going to think of a number. And it's not any of these. I'm going to put it on this chart here just to verify that I did come up. All right. What number would you like? You want to make it easy? You want to make it hard? Oh. I already know. Now, how am I going to put this one in there? Okay, I know what it is. All right. Now, what range do we want? Let's see. All right. The range is 1 to 300. Underneath my thumb is the number. If Tom needs to know about it just to verify that that was the number before it ran, he can have it sent to him, but whoever's here, what's that dragon thing in the top left? Which one? That or this one? Or there's all kinds of... Oh, maybe this one you're talking about. This is kind of like a dragon snake, my sister. I got all kinds of stuff up here. All right, so I've figured out a number, and the range you need to guess is between 1 and 300. And when we put a start thing up there, it'll be go. I'll do it myself if no one else is there. And then when we say stop, I'll put little stop signs up there. So you'll have plenty of time. Usually it's just when people run out. That'll count for yours right there, K. Mason. Well, let's begin. All right, you only get one, and that's yours. All right, so y'all go ahead, make your choices, make your guess, and then we'll decide what you want to win. And so far, we only have one entry. You're doing good, man. K. Mason. Oh, you retracted it. All right, well, we'll begin now, and you can put up your... Okay, there you go. Pepper Dingo, he's up. He's got his. Mason, you can show another one in there. Look at the trees. You've got yours in there. Mason, you've got yours. Lady Michelle, see that? I'm just watching them as they come up. We'll wait until people run out. Steven, we got yours. This is fun. I will tell you in the end what the number is. I will not say whether you're close or far away or if anybody has guessed it yet. I played poker before. I know how to not give away things. I wouldn't say I was good at poker. I'll say, okay, Metal Relic Arc, cool. We haven't seen you in here before, but, you know, it's valid. You're here. And you made a guess. That's what I like about this. See, you do the giveaway, and, you know, everybody's like, oh, man. And depending on the size of the channel, man, your chances could be really hard. Burnt Relic, cool. We see you. We got yours. What I'm going to do at the end is I'm gonna say stop if we don't see any new people in here. Morte's got his in. Look at the trees. I want to see if he put his in. He was saying something about he was going to get off work in about 15 minutes as well. One of the reasons why I was running my mouth. I followed you over here from Barbie. Barbie who? Sorry, I don't know. 120 for Dan. Cool. YouTube drop channel from my feed. Yeah, they do that a lot. YouTube will do stuff, you know. If I'm not popular enough or whatever, somebody else comes up, they want to get money off of ads. Oh, EDC channel, okay. And they'll promote channels that are popular and they'll suppress channels that are not popular. Yeah, is it 1 or 100? No, it's the range is from 1 to 300. All right. Yes, K Mason, correct. That's the range, and you only get one guess. And if you guess more than once, we're not going to penalize you. We're just going to take your first guess. But you know, we're learning. We're learning how to run. This is the first time I've done one of these live stream giveaways. My coffee is warm, but it is not spilt all over me, so that's a good thing. But yeah, this is fun, man. I really like this because I'm able to communicate with people. Cool, we got yours, David. I'm able to communicate with people immediately, you know. And if there's any misunderstanding about something, we can resolve it right away instead of trying to go back and forth with text messages, and autocorrect can really cause a big problem sometimes because you meant to say one thing. And then, like when I was trying to, you can retract that, David. Yeah, you can go with that. But in the future, you know, we're gonna take your first guess. You know, you can't retract it and redo it, but that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. B for Baron, cool. We got used. Anybody, just let me know when we're starting to taper out. When we're, cause I'm gonna drink some more coffee here, and eventually I'll find my glasses. But man, that was a really good life hack. I thought it's obvious too. Why not use your cell phone to use as a nearby a visual aid, like temporary glasses? Like, man, I come up with using something obscure like a golf thing, you know, and dialing it in just right. Tom, I'm counting on you to kind of like watch what's going on here. I'll give you some more help in the future, so you don't have to do this. But if you want to, it's cool. And I'm going to use you later on when we stop to help me verify if whoever's the closest to it, if they haven't already hit it. So I'll just announce the number, and then we'll all look through and see who was the closest and get a consensus on that. And then if it's like two people got the same number but one popped up first, it's going to be whatever's on my channel is popped up first. All right, yours may show something different, but it's going to be whatever my screen shows, and then I can verify it if Tom sees it first on his, you know, and that's basically how we're going to do this. And don't worry, you know, if you didn't win this time. Like I said, every time I do a live stream, I won't necessarily give something away. But when I'm doing a giveaway like this, I think that would be a good way to do it also, is to basically have one that's going to win the main thing, and then another one just like for showing up, you know, because I like giving things away. I enjoy giving much better than receiving. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind receiving stuff. Um, but nowadays, I regained my interest in knives and everything else because of what I went through. So, but I still don't have a big desire to collect a bunch of stuff because there's other things I need to concentrate on. You know, after glasses, I'm going to concentrate on my teeth, and that could take a while. And you know, the getting VA help if I'm eligible, um, and that would help. But you know, it's not always when you look at something and you say, "Wow, you know, I can't afford that." No, sometimes you just gotta talk to different people, you know. And there's more than one choice, you know. Like if people that are hungry and they have a reduced SNAP, I know everybody's thinking about that, but a lot of churches do giveaways, especially Catholic churches. They'll give away food. There's a lot of food bank drives, and then you know, with me, with all the people that I'm making friends here with, I want to let them know, hey, if you ever need anything, that includes food, let me know, and I'll get you, you know, I'll get you a bag of rice, and you know, I'll get you enough stuff to keep you going. It's not that I got a huge stockpile of food. It's just, what good is it going to do me to have, let's say, a 5 pound bag of rice, to know that a family over there is starving? But boy, I got my rice, you know, just in case. No, you know, yeah, your supply is going to run low sooner, but you're helping people out when they need it, and it may not be the big event. There was one, there was one Outer Limits or Twilight Zone black and white movie, you know, where one guy had a bomb shelter, and everybody lost power and they were panicking. They thought the bombs were coming, and he wasn't going to let them in. You know, he said, "Sorry, you know, there's only so much for my family. I'm not going to let you in." And everybody was like turning against him and everything else. Well, it turned out to be a false alarm or whatever. It wasn't the end of the world, but everybody remembered how he acted, and they didn't want anything to do with him afterwards. So I'd rather help people out, even if it's to my detriment ultimately. If someone needs something, but I'm not going to be taken advantage of. This this I got at Tractor Supply. It was weird. They had a bunch of different skeletonized kind of like animals. I thought that was cool. It would look different. I'm going to straighten this mess up here. Like I said, this is one of the last things. I think we're done as far as. Are we finished with the range? Yeah, it looks like it. All right, so I'm going to announce. Let me show the way Big Red and them do. I don't know. I can't make a comment over here. I got my phone hidden somewhere. All right, we'll just say stop. Put up the stop sign up there. And I'll announce the number and we'll kind of see who won this one. All right, so we're all stopped. Okay, that was the number. I wanted to do 1111 because that's when my ordeal started. And before that happened, I mean, years before, I would just randomly look up at the clock and it would be 1111. Now, if that was a psychic thing, you know, foreshadowing, again, I'm interpreting it that way. Yeah, there you go, Pepper Dingle. So let's look through here and see if anybody came to closest to 1111. Whoever's close to that will be the winner without going over. So it'll have to be 1111 or under. Where are we at where the numbers are starting? I still can't believe it. Okay, here we go. I have a Henkel like that. And then K Mason started. All right, so far, ooh, I did a good one. Look, I don't think anybody even hit it. Look at that. So far. Oh, there's David's got 50. So you're in the running. If nobody else gets anywhere. All I see is David, man. I think you got it. Tom, can you verify that? It's the closest to the number without going over, and the range was 1 to 300. 111. And man, this is almost like Price is Right the way you won this one, David. I mean, you were closest, right? So I'm waiting to see if anybody. Mine is a psychic number 907. I see it every time, I swear. Yeah, I have weird numbers that pop up sometimes, and I I kind of knock it down to coincidence, but man, it's weird. When every time you look up, there's like that same time, you know, either noon or nighttime. You look up and it's 11:11. You go. Not only the number sequence is kind of lined up and weird, but that it happens more than just once, and I think that's just you become aware of it, hyper aware. So, is everybody in agreement that David won it? Because if he did, I think I may have your mailing address, but if not, you were also the alternate for this. So that works out really well if that's the case. So I haven't seen any I'm so sorry I hit that button. I've been talking my head off. Thank you, Dwayne. It said a mute on the microphone. Oh my God. Thank you. You guys are sitting there all going, no sound, no sound. And I said, huh. What was doing? It started off with K Mason going, audio? No, I didn't see any of that crap. Okay, what I was saying was, Dwayne, out of these, either pick one trapper you want or this primitive knife. All right. God. See, that's why I told you this was an experiment. Let me put this back in its holder. I was wondering why nobody was responding. I'm like, uh, okay, that's it. All you got to do is pick which one you want. It's like, okay, if you can't decide what you want, you don't have to pick now. All right. See, I'm gonna try to have us have fun and laugh, even if it's at my expense because I did something stupid like mute the. It had a bar right across. Must have touched it. Damn touch screen. And yeah, so somebody heard that for sure. I twisted this. See, this is the thing I work with. I clamp it on the edge of the table there, and I twist it. And the edge of the table is, it's not designed to stop things from rolling off. So what I was going to do is I was going to put some bubble wrap down there from Amazon mailers. So if it lands, it won't be quite as loud when it hits. I'm just going to try to be more coordinated in the future. All right, so taco bone, acorn. All right, cool. Now this one, I want you to know, is a different one because one of the blades locks. Let me... hang on, stand by. I'll hold this. This is sitting on the coffee cup. While I put this guy back up, because I need two hands. I want to show him what he's got here. I had the other one for it, the regular trapper, but I like that one more. If I keep, I'll show you the ones I set aside that I didn't want to get away right now. I may in the future or whatever, because I really don't use them that much. They're more just like look at and play with and collect, but I hardly ever pick one of them out and just go out and cut with them or use them. So you're basically getting a brand new knife when these are up here. All right, what was I gonna do? Oh, we were gonna show that off. All right, so like I said, I love this Outdoorsman series, and this blade locks. See, it's the only one that locks, and it's a mid lock, but it functionally locks. And then I don't think the spade blade does. Yeah, there's a dent in there for it, but the spade blade is still, slip joint. All right. So yes, it's cool and unique also. A lot of times, this is an older one. They're kind of harder to find. There's your Tang stamp. There's the number right here. It's an RR 1070. I have that database. I can tell you what year it was. All this dropping things remind me, and I said, yeah, man, I dropped a Yale lock on my toe. I think I broke it. I dropped one of the tactical flashlights from Workhorse. I dropped it on my toe. Oh man, that sucker hurt. I dropped one of those on a ceramic plate. It broke it. So those things are good as an impact weapon. Okay, so now we know what he gets. He gets this. He's going to get some stickers, from Byron and everything. And then we've got that Smoky Mountain hat, which I'm going to try to find that without dropping anything. We can look at the coffee that I haven't drank yet. And I'll try to find that hat that's probably buried. Yeah, this. This is thanks to Byron. You got this hat here. It's got this little tag. And it's called what? I'll make you this. It's called Realtree, officially licensed product. Cool. Realtree is good camo. I like that. It's accurate camo there. And this is called New Realtree Edge. Uh-oh, there's a price tag for you. We didn't really need to see that, but it's a hat. That's about the standard thing. At first I was going to keep this one because I go through hats and everything, and I thought, you know what? It's brand new. So give it away. Byron said I could keep or give away everything. So once again, thank you everyone for attending this, and we'll start doing the monthly giveaways like that. We'll still have a video where you'll have a magic word, and then we'll do this. We'll do the drawing live, so that you can see that I'm not cherry picking or anything else. I'm just going with there. If I can get that random, we'll do a random number generator if we have to. But I like the comment picker. I'll go ahead and put up the comments that. It's a good thing I wrote this down. I'll put up the comment that Jose put on there when I post the winner, and your comment was right here, and it was, oh wow, Dwayne. So, yeah. So again, thank you everyone. I'm not, I want to have fun here. I don't want to have everybody's welcome. Um, we can talk about anything, almost any time, and I really do appreciate y'all. Not just for any donations or anything like that, but as friends, as people I can talk to, uh, almost any time. If one of you is asleep, out of the all the people that comment on here, somebody's bound to be up at the same time I am. If I just feel like talking to someone, so again, enjoy your Sunday. My Thanksgiving, I have so many thanks to give, and the main thing I think is that I escaped the mental traps I put myself in, and I'm a much better person for it now. And you'll see the channel improve and everything will improve. And I'll just end this one now. And again, I just say thank you for everyone. I mean, thank you for everyone, everything. The people that came before me that gave me the inspiration of do something kind for someone. Zach and Big Red, those guys kind of started it, but it's not a new concept. Helping people out. It's not a new concept. It's not an original one. It's just something that we can carry forward in our hobbies if we want. Like if you got too much stuff, give it away. So there you go. Have some ice cream, Tom. I'm gonna go chill and actually drink. My coffee's probably turned to ice by now. And yes, that's it. Just remember, it costs you nothing to be kind to someone. Either a kind word, or a like, or a smile. In my case, I'm not gonna smile because I might scare him. Oh, he's got no. I have some teeth. It's just I don't know what people think when they see, and that's why I don't do a facial. When I get it done and everything, I'll smile. I'll be back to my normal self. I'm really a happy kind of person. It's just that can isolate you. How you appear to other people. But anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you and have a good night.